Afternoon, lads. It's Chef Dan Power. You call me the Power. Just got back from wonderful 3 days in Cardiff. Previous video put on. Please do go. Any of the boot camps, you know, you'll have a ball. I am aiming to go across to all 3 of them. Come back today. Lucky enough, my boss has turned around and said I can take the next 2 days off as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't then in Cardiff when she told me. But never mind. I've come back today and going through different things. Sun shining, we've had a beautiful few days and I've really been itching to get this done. So I'm going to do chicken satay, but my version and making it clean. I've also got some halloumi as well, vegetarian option. Mark likes his cheese. I went through it, which could be substituted instead of the chicken. Cooked the same way, but yeah, just carry on. Alright, so first of all, I need to make the marinade to go on top, so the satay marinade. The basic ingredient is turmeric. So many health benefits with turmeric, you know, helps control cholesterol, it's anti-inflammatory, so if you know, all different bits and pieces. Look it up, guys, on, you know, Google or whatever else, and just find out all the health benefits. There was just so much to get into it, it's just unreal. So start using it. I've got some lemongrass and some kaffir lime leaf. That's just ready for later on. Okay, so I've only got a cheap blender at home. Anything works really. Just use what you need to use. If you've got a NutriBullet, use a NutriBullet, whichever. Okay, into that I'm going to add a little bit of sweetness. I'm using honey on this one, the Manuka honey. Just a half teaspoon is all you need. And that's a teaspoon of turmeric in there as well. 2 or 3 kaffir lime leaves. You can get them from your health food shop. Or Asian shop or anything like that. They have started coming into some supermarkets now as well. So keep an eye out for them. They are really good for you as well. And just 1 stalk of lemongrass, finely chopped up. Okay, and into that, a couple of fists of black pepper. And a little bit of salt. Okay, it's strange. Normally in the restaurant and that, we use oil, vegetable oil, rapeseed oil, but I'm going to have to use coconut oil, keeping it clean. So I've got a little bit of that. About 1/4 of a tin of coconut milk. Okay, and that's basically it for the marinade. Keeping it real simple and clean, things that you can get. Right, and just turn it up. Okay, have a look, have a taste. See what you think. I want a bit of a deeper colour in mine, so I'm going to put a bit more turmeric in. Keep it going. Don't add too much because it can go bitter when you're cooking it. And if need be, just pour a little bit of water in, just to make it a bit looser. Otherwise it'll get really draggy when you come to marinade. Okay, that's the basic marinade. All done. Simple as that. A few seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to pour a bit over the halloumi. Work it in. Mix it around a bit. I've got chicken inner fillets. They call them mini fillets in some places. It's just basically inner pieces. You can use whole chicken breasts. You know, it's endless what you can do with it. then just add the remainder of that. Ideally you want it to marinate for about 15-20 minutes. Just so it takes on the flavour, and it's in nearly go. I'll do that to one side with that. Okay, next. Finally, I've created a sauce. That you got chicken satay, you want the sauce. So I'm going to use the same container that I did the marinade in, because you've got all them herbs and spices and flavours in there, and they get transported into the sauce. It's a win-win situation. So ease up on the washing up. I found this bought product. Obviously I posted on the group just about half an hour ago that I'm using some ingredients. This is a real clean product. It's Mayploy Penang curry paste. All the ingredients that go into the satay sauce, mainly in this one, and it's clean, lads. I do make my own, but for this purpose and for you lot as well, if you can find it, get it. Something like £3 or £4 for a tub that size, and it lasts. Keep it in the fridge in the airtight container, and that's it. So a teaspoonful of that. A tablespoon of your peanut butter. Okay, I'm going to add some chopped plain nuts into this now as well. Just a couple of handfuls. And about half a tin of the coconut milk. Stick it back on, give it a whiz, and then heat it up basically. Okay, so you want to gently heat that up because you've got the coconut oil, coconut milk and everything in there. If you boil it too quick, it splits, and you don't want that. So yeah, just nice, gentle, warming through. Like I said before, always taste your food. If you want it a little bit sweeter, bear in mind I put the Manuka honey in the first one, marinating. It's still in the bottom of that container, so it's transferred into there. So if you have a quick taste, if you need to add a little bit more, add a little bit more. But you know, it's entirely up to you. Off plan, I would add some palm sugar into it. That's a different kettle of fish altogether. But yeah, keep going. What I traditionally would serve with the satay would be what we call somtam in the restaurant, which is basically a mixture of carrot, swede. You can use green papaya. Obviously the price of papaya is just through the roof. It's £4 or £5 for it, something like that. So you substitute with swede or anything like that. Fine beans, tomatoes, some chopped peanuts, a little bit of fish sauce, and basically you just mash it together. It's all been grated up and chopped up and everything else, but just mash it together. Touch of fish sauce, add the Asian flavour, and you know, just taste it as you go in. Some chilli, some garlic, and just play around with your flavours. I'm going to do this for the kids. Weather's nice, so I'm going to fire the barbecue up later on. So doing it for the kids as well. So I haven't gone too mad on the chillies, a bit like I did in my last video, because I want them to enjoy it and not get put off by some of the spices that I get through. When we get to the chicken, just skewer it every 2 minutes. If you can, possibly use some gloves because the turmeric will stain. But I haven't got any, and you probably won't have it at home either. So basically, just be very careful that you don't splash yourself. Wooden bamboo skewer sticks are fine. Soak them in water first. I've got metal ones, more to use them. Then just skewer them through. If you haven't got skewers, don't worry. You can pan fry them in coconut oil or everything else, put them in the grill, and that's basically it. And then I'll store them in there and I'll keep them in the fridge until I need them. As with any meats, it's best to get it out for about 10-15 minutes before you want to start cooking it, just so it warms up a little bit and it doesn't hurt the meat. What I mean by hurt the meat is, it's like a muscle. As we know, we're working them out. If you put it in direct heat straight away, it tenses all up, and then you'll try and relax it later on. Very difficult to do. So I try and bring my meat out a few minutes before I need to cook it, just to warm up to room temperature, and then cook it. Halloumi, I have experienced a few problems with that going on along the way. It's best to grill it first, or fry it, or barbecue it, and then put the skewer in. And sometimes, because it's cheese, it'll melt off the skewer. But yeah, basically, just keep going, playing with it. Let me know what you think, lads. Keep on chucking.